So did you start off on this book feeling that there was an unfair perception of the company?
Oh yeah, the perception was that here the taxpayer has put $150 or $80 billion into AIG, and they should be very grateful for what the government did. And but that's not really what happened. And I thought that the true story had to come out. The government exceeded its authority. They have the authority to take anything they want, but we have a constitution that says unlawful taking is prohibited. And we're simply trying to enforce the constitutional rights of all the shareholders who are not given the opportunity to speak out and get paid for what they were giving up. So that's what we're doing.
You have a lawsuit against the government right now.
We have a lawsuit in the Court of Claims. And
it was already struck down, I believe, in the lower courts?
No, not in the Court of Claims.
Not in the Court of Claims?
No. There was a companion lawsuit in New York in the federal court in New York. That was not struck down. It was our lawyers lost at the first round. That's being appealed. And we're pretty confident that the Court of Claims is going to find that the government unlawfully took assets that you just can't take without compensation.
But AIG, and as we know, and you and I have talked about this on my program many times, AIG even looked at this lawsuit, and they said the board decided that they weren't going to pursue that with you, and they said, I believe at that time, it would have about a 30% chance, they believed, of being won.
Yeah. Yes, Betty. I attended that meeting, that board meeting. The board was all government-appointed members of the board. They were not free agents, number one. Two, while they didn't agree to pursue this case, a derivative case, which most companies would have done, how come about a week later they sued the New York Fed, which is the U.S. government? Because one of the transactions that the Fed did with AIG during the 2008 or 9 period was to create something called Maiden Lane 2, Maiden Lane 3. And AIG claims that $7 billion of those transactions belong to AIG. And the Fed said, no, it belongs to us. So AIG is suing them now. It's very hard for me to reconcile.
So you believe they're talking out of both sides of their mouths then?
I'd say if you say no to one and yes to the other, you name it.